Middle East analyst Sigurd Neubauer joins me now live from Washington, D.C. Thanks very much for coming on to Al Jazeera. This is the anniversary of the blockade. It smells a little bit like Saudi Arabia just trying to create some sort of attention, some chaos surrounding this very day.
I think that there are a couple of events taking shape that helps inform why this was leaked now. The first element is that the Crown Prince of the United Arab Emirates, Mohammed bin Zayed, who is largely seen in the region and in Washington as the one who is driving the crisis, he met today with President Vladimir Putin of Russia. And then at the same time, you have this letter from Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia warning the French against Qatar allegedly buying this Russian weapon system. So this is really very much trying to attempt to create more psychological warfare, because for the past 6 and 8 months, the GCC crisis has really evolved into a prolonged stalemate.
And what do you think the reaction will be if indeed Saudi Arabia takes this further? I mean, they are threatening military action on Qatar. Obviously, Qatar, one has a huge American base on its very soil, but it also has relations with various countries that I would have thought would be stepping in if Saudi Arabia starts to even build on this, escalate on this.
I think it's clear that whatever momentum that the Saudi-led blockade had last year when they first initiated the crisis, that momentum is no longer there. At this point, the facts of the crisis are well established, and Qatar enjoys broad international support, not just from President Trump and President Macron and the European Union and China and Russia as well. So I would say that this is really a attempted diverging to create more attention to this issue, especially when you look at earlier this afternoon, as you reported in your segment, President Trump is now confirming his meeting with Kim Jong-un of North Korea. So this is just an attempt to create a new storm in a water cup, to use a cliche.
What do you think the Russian reaction will be? Obviously, it will be dependent on whether Russia would decide to sell this system indeed to Qatar. Do you think they will react favourably on what the Saudis are saying?
My understanding is that although the Qataris have said that they're open to studying whether to acquire this anti-missile system or not, my understanding is that Washington does not want the Qataris or anyone in the Gulf, for that matter, to acquire this weapon system. So this is really a fake outrage, if you will.
Sigurd Neubauer, thank you very much for joining us with your thoughts on this. Thank you. Still to come.